Good afternoon. It is exceptionally sporadic, not to say unprecedented, for a leading official Russian newspaper to comment on a declaration of extra-parliamentarian opposition in Bulgaria. But this is a fact. Rossiyskaya Gazeta today comments on a statement of the non-parliamentary party Democratic Bulgaria, lambasting a decision of Prime Minister Borisov to stall the accession to the ERM2, the interim mechanism before the Eurozone, until a consensus is reached. In today's Bulgaria, it is impossible to reach unanimity, less the full consensus or any issue, to say nothing of the accession to the Eurozone. The country would have never joined the European Union or NATO with such a precondition. Borisov's statement sends a very worrisome signal for plans to exceed the Schengen zone or the banking union, which face equal fate. The sheer fact of a commentary on a strictly domestic topic and the hot opinion of a leading Russian newspaper directly relates to the Kremlin, who shows that Russia not only closely monitors but also actively intervenes in the shaping of public opinion in Bulgaria and to stall Bulgaria's membership to the Eurozone. The RG article speaks volume on the grip on Bulgaria's top elite, the hybrid tactics and the extent of manipulation the Kremlin is ready to reach to in order to subvert internal and sovereign political decision-making process. Rossiyskaya Gazeta's rigorous defense of the Bulgarian Prime Minister means that his statement yesterday to delay indefinitely our entry into the ERM2 is aligned with Kremlin's current interests. The most critical word in RG's commentary is reckless, which the newspaper uses to define the abandonment of Lev and the adoption of the euro. This word betrays Kremlin's direct, significant and urgent interest in delaying and suspending Bulgaria's accession to the Eurozone. For the Kremlin, this step would represent a substantial obstacle to conducting unabated financial transactions through Bulgarian banks, money laundering and other illegal business operations. Accession to the Eurozone will transfer control to Brussels, which will impede Russia's state capture and influence in Bulgaria, including its ability to destabilize the country. Another important revelation in the Rossiyskaya Gazeta's article is that a growing part of Kremlin's propaganda uses sociological surveys funded directly or indirectly by pro-Russian businesses, parties or financial structures, which provide a distorted picture of public opinion in Bulgaria using Russian proxy organizations like the Gallup International. The agency is owned and managed by pro-Kremlin businessmen Kancho Stoichev and Andrei Raichev, with a long track record of manipulating public sentiments. In late January of 2016, the Gallup International published a global survey in which Bulgarian citizens were asked to choose, and according to pollsters, preferred Russia over the US and the West as allies in the event of war. Later, the poll was debunked as a hybrid operation, but it managed to convey a picture of disloyal Bulgaria to the NATO members. Recently, the same poll agency, commissioned by the Pew Institute, found in a manipulated poll that 73% of Bulgarians like Putin, more than twice the numbers in Russia. The same manipulative instruments have been used again with quotes on public opinion in Bulgaria in today's Rossiyskaya Gazeta article to substantiate allegations that most Bulgarians prefer to keep the lever and refute the euro. This is complete and utter nonsense for anyone that has recently been to the country. Now, it is beyond any doubt that Russia is deeply involved in a subversive operations to preempt Bulgaria's accession to the Eurozone, and Prime Minister Borisov has obviously succumbed to the pressure.